Okay, so we are on page 101, and we were on step number 9, which asked us to copy all the information from figure 5-11. So I already did that. Okay, I added all the information we were supposed to add on this table. And then step number 10 says save the presentation. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save the presentation. So remember that when you're typing information, if your table becomes larger than the slide itself, or it goes on the outside of the slide, you can always adjust it by clicking on the table and moving it, and changing the width of the table by clicking on these little handles on the edge of the table. Okay, save the presentation. And we're going to move on to page 102. All right, step by step, delete rows or columns. We're still using the same presentation. On slide 6, click in the upper left division. Okay, click here. On the Table Tools Layout tab, Table Tools Layout tab, click the Delete button and click Delete Columns. Delete columns. And that column got deleted, the first column. Okay, click the undo button, okay, and it's back there. But that shows you that if you want to delete something, all you have to do is click over here and then pick what you want to delete. Do you want to delete the entire table, rows, or columns? Okay. Step number 4, click in the lower left cell, Western, okay, and on the Table Tools Layout tab, click the Delete button and then click Delete Rows. So delete rows. And now it deleted that row. Okay, let's go ahead and click Undo and Save. And we're done with that step by step. That step by step basically just showed you how to delete rows or columns. The next step, which is move a column on page 102. Step number 1, click slide 4. Click slide 4. Okay. Click the second column. Click the second column. All right. And on the Table Tools Layout tab, click Insert Left. Click Insert Left. And a new column is inserted between the first and the second columns. Yes. Drag across all the cells in the rightmost column to select them. Drag across all the cells in the rightmost column. Okay. Step number 3, drag the selected column and drop it on the first cell in the blank column you inserted. Okay. So this is a little tricky. We have to now drag the selected column. So we're going to click and start moving it. Look at the little rectangle, okay, under the arrow. That shows that there is some stuff that I'm carrying, and I'm going to click it there. So basically what I did was click and then I dragged it across. Okay, that was pretty cool. Step number 4, with the second column still selected, press Ctrl X. Press Ctrl X and that cut that column. And click the first row of the empty column on the right side. Okay. And press Ctrl V. Okay, so it basically cut that information and put it in that empty row. Okay, so now we have only 3 columns in the table. Step number 6, drag the table's frame to recenter it on the slide if needed. Okay, so yeah, let's drag it. Always remember that when you want to drag your table, always click on the outside border. Okay, so that completes step number 6. Page 103, step number 7, save. Okay, and leave it open. Page 103, step by step, resize and distribute rows and columns. Click slide 6, okay, and double click the vertical border between the first and the second columns of the table. Between the first and second, so double click. When we double click, it adjusts the column width to fit the column's widest entry. All right. So when we did that, it basically changed the width of the column. Okay. And it picked the longest line and it adjusted the column based on that. Step number 2, drag the horizontal border between David Simpson and Sarah Jones. Okay. And move it upward so that David Simpson's cells are as short as possible. Okay, that's good. Click in the cell that contains states. Click in the cell that contains states. Click the Table Tools Layout tab. Okay. And then in the table size group, set the value in the width box to exactly 7 inches. So we're going to type 7 and then press enter. Okay, so that changed it to 7 inches wide. Okay, if you look here, it's 7 inches wide. All right, step number 5, in the cell size group, set the value in the width box to exactly 3.1. Wait, over the existing value. In the cell size group, set the value in the width box to exactly 3.1 by clicking the increment arrows or by typing the existing value. So we can keep going down all the way to 3.1. Okay. Oops. Or we can actually just type 3.1. I'm just going to go ahead and type 3.1 and press enter. There we go. Drag the outer border of the table to the right as needed to recenter beneath the title. Okay. All right. Select the entire table by dragging across it. Okay. On the Table Tools Layout tab, click the Distribute Columns. Click the Distribute Columns button. Each column becomes the same width. Okay, so in the Table Tools Layout tab, click the Distribute Columns. So I gotta find the Distribute Columns. And now all of them are the same width. Okay, and save. Okay, our table looks really weird, but we are going to let it be. And save the presentation. Merging and splitting table cells. Okay. All right. Click slide 6. That's on page 104. Step number 1. Select the 2 cells containing Krista and Geller. Krista and Geller. Okay, click only these 2 cells. Okay. On the Table Tools Layout tab, click Merge Cells. Merge Cells. All right, there we go. And the 2 cells become 1, and the text from both cells appears in the merged cell separated by a paragraph break. Click the beginning of the second name, Geller. Okay. And press backspace to delete the paragraph break. So basically we want to go up like that. And we can actually make the table wider. Okay. We'll come back to this in a minute.